Yo, what's up, guy? Today I have my friend Dominic, a fellow subscriber. So I thought I'd do like a live one-on-one thing with my subscriber and post it on YouTube. So before anything, I just want to know what you exactly are looking for. Like, how did you get into this Jiddu Krishnamurti stuff?
Well, I wanted to, I guess I want a better glimpse into how to use my mind and different perspectives into things because I find Judith Krishnamurti interesting because he talked about truth being a pathless land, and I always
Oh,
found that notion interesting. So I've been looking into different notions of truth, trying to come to different understandings of what truth is. So that's what I hope to get out of it.
okay, cool. Let me just let me just find a video. It's interesting because uh, the entire spirituality, it is basically an art of first recognizing assumptions, that you have certain assumptions and biases in the world, and letting go of them for something more truer. You feel me? That's what Jiddu
Yes,
Krishnamurti does, basically. That is
yes,
this is like the entire process where one person, where you become aware of the biases or the assumptions that you made, and it like the perspective shift because you see recognize something that is more real. You feel me?
yes. I feel you.
This that creates, when you actually experientially feel it, that creates like a mindfuck moment. Have you watched Pulp Fiction? Have you watched Fight Club?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, yeah. The only reason anyone gets a mindfuck is because you have an assumption. Yeah, and in
Yeah.
like a split second, the assumption like breaks. You realize that, oh my god, it's an assumption, and that's actually false, and this is the actual truth. You know,
Yes.
and it's a very experiential process. None of it is like conceptual, and that's what we he does. So let's do it. Let's up.
Awesome.
Do you see this?
Yes, I see it.
All right. If you have any like doubts or anything, just say stop, and we'll like take it step by step. It's, because he talks very. Uh, you feel me, right? So anytime you have any doubts or something, we just. So one thing you have to notice, like he said, we are frightened, right? Most of his talks are experiential in nature. Now, what do I mean by that? Pick up any small object in near you. What do you have?
My phone.
Okay. Now, if I ask you what's the quality of your phone, what would you answer?
It feels solid and it looks black,
And
and it's shiny, and it's rectangular with curves at
mm,
the edge.
yeah, no, sounds like a cell phone, all right. Now, here's the thing. If I ask a quality of a pen, I want you to do this. I want you like touch and feel it, like experience the phone, all right? And you realize there's a set of information that you're getting when you like touch and feel it, when you look around, touch, visually take it in, like sensationally take it in, right? You get a set of experience.
Yes.
That is the quality of the phone. That's what I mean when I use the word quality. It's the act of experiencing it, and that's it. Not like articulating the experience, you know? It's actually not a phone. It's actually that sensation and that visual thing. That's what it is. We label it a phone, which is like a second order phenomenon on top of it. You feel me?
Yeah.
So when he says we are frightened, it's not conceptually he's speaking. It's kind of like it's like how you experience the phone. He's experiencing it and he's saying he's making an observation of we are frightened. You know, like following
Yeah.
that mindset. You feel me? So right now is articulating all the assumptions. You
Yes.
notice that? So
Yeah.
remember I said spirituality is the art of first becoming conscious of the assumptions and then letting go for something real. Mm.
Yes.
That's why when losing your job, you feel frightened because you don't assume that you'll lose your job. But when that assumption kind of like becomes more real than what you think it is, so it'll create like a dissonance. And you call that anxiety, that's like inner dissonance. Mm.
Mm.
Yeah. So the objective here is to like almost like eliminate fear. That's like the purpose, right? You're
Yeah.
following it. So now, yeah. You understand why he's saying it's meaningless, right? Because you understand.
Sort of.
Yeah, because the inquiry itself doesn't happen conceptually. It happens experientially, and experience is
Okay.
like a personal thing. If I ask you what's the quality of your phone, it's very hard to articulate it because it's your experience, right? How do you articulate that?
Yeah.
So, so the inquiry process itself hinges on that. He's, he's like, "Ah, these people don't understand." That was the expression right there. "Ah, these people don't understand. I'm talking to a wall." You know, notice that? It's funny. Dude. It's like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
See, by fact, he's talking about the experience. When you're touching your phone, you're getting a certain input, right? Certain information, right? He's calling that the fact.
Yeah, I understand.
So is you follow?
Yes.
Nice. It's asking whether you want to like eliminate the root of it experientially or conceptually. So what's using intellectually?
Yeah.
So these are all assumptions that feels true. So it's like listing the assumption that feels true. He's looking at the sky like these people are not following. But you understand what he's saying, right? The idea, the conceptual, the conceptual has like a different quality to it. If you like do the inquiry process and if you ask what is the quality of the concepts, it has like a certain quality to it, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, are you in touch with the experience of the fear, or you're in touch with the conceptual understanding? Taking notes. My God. You understand why, right?
Yes.
Mm, cool. Dude. Man, that's good. I've write it down actually. So look, see. I'll write it down later. He's talking about how to do self-inquiry. The more you know. Do you get it? What he's saying? That's pretty
Uh,
kinda.
kinda.
Yeah. So he's first of all, first he differentiates between analysis and observation. You got that right.
Yeah.
Because analysis is conceptual, observation is experiential. Right. And he's saying if you analyze, there's like a lot of things you assume. For example, there's time, there is you, there's what you are is different from what you're analyzing, so on and so forth. Right. So so that's what he says here. So you're still, so he's saying when you're analyzing something, you analyze without bringing about fundamental transformation, meaning without bringing about any change to the actual fear. Because remember, our goal is to eliminate fear, right? The root cause of it, right? To observe the root cause of fear is the goal. So if you theorize, you'll keep theorizing, but you won't create any change. All right. Whereas if you observe, and observing with like open mindedness and without any biases. I want it to go away. Damn, if I observe it, will it go away now? And you're like waiting, like, okay, if I observe it like for 5 minutes, will it like decrease? You know what I mean? Not like that, but just to like observe, like one observes a plane when it flies in the sky, you know, observing like that to without analysis, is saying without thinking, just to look. So, and here is like kind of like deviates. He says, so if you analyze, the right thing to do is to analyze, look, analyze, and do something about it. Whereas a negative analysis is totally different from positive analysis, is to observe. Forget about that. He catches up here. That part was like a filler. So he's saying the observation, just by act of observing, it not only like tells you the story of the sensation, what of this feeling, of the feeling of fear, it not only tells you like the story of what is being observed, but also the observation itself, the act of observing itself changes what you're observing. You follow me?
Yeah.
In quantum physics, it happens. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah.
When you look at the quantum particles, the act of observing the quantum particles changes it. It's like that. The act of observing itself changes its nature, what it is. Looking up in the sky. Oh, he actually had a conversation with David Bohm. He's one of the greatest theoretical physicists. There's like videos of him. It's like shocked, like whoa. Without desire is saying. Size, like yes. Man, I feel like this guy will come and hit us or something any point, like turd. I think he's going to say thought and time because I think he said that before. No. No. So right now he's kind of describing the one of the quality of assumption. You notice that one of the qualities of assumption it exists in like time, in
Yes.
like future or past. Every intellectual stuff exists in talking about quality of assumption. That's kind of like an overlay on top of the sensation. It's like watching the world through like a rose colored glasses. Anyway, everywhere you look, it's pink in color, right? So the only way to look at the world without any filter is to remove the glasses. So in this example, the glass that you're wearing, the frame of it would be an assumption. And the lens that you're using, the which is colored, is the biases. It's not only an assumption, but there's also a bias that I don't want to lose a I'm going to lose a job is an assumption, but there's also a bias that I want to keep my job, a desire, an attachment. You follow me?
Yeah.
And there's like this twin flame kind of thing where so it's describing one of the quality of assumption. So the word movement here is tough to understand because that word points to something experiential that's personal to him. So you might not completely relate to that word movement. So what a thought is here, his definition of thought is basically, right now you have a bubble of reality, right? Now imagine you have another separate bubble of reality that's existing in like a future or past. That three-dimensional bubble is like a thought. For example, I don't want to lose my job. It's not just like some verbal words, right? It has a picture associated with it. It had past conception of, there are buildings, there's society, there's job. You know what I mean? It's like a state of reality, a thought. You follow
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So a thought is like a state of reality, but not in this moment, somewhere else. So a thought is, so that's why it exists in time. So you're saying the thought exists in time because the state of bubble of reality exists somewhere else, not this moment. And you have like a bias, you see. There are like multiple thoughts and you have like bias. You have like preferences. I prefer this reality more than this moment right here, more than that assumption that I'm making right there. And all this creates this jumbled emotional mess inside us, like this dissonance. Is he waiting for the plane to go? Disappointed. That's it. Now he says the same thing again and again and again and again and again. Different, different ways. But was it easier to follow?
Yeah, it was. I understood what he was saying.
How did he get into spirituality
Uh, well, I
or
guess
anything?
because I was raised religious and I've always been looking for, I guess you can say, truth or God. I thought I found it once and then I got lost.
Okay,
And due to circumstances, I came back to it, but I'm still after it. Like I want to be in touch with what actually is.
I
Like,
understand. How did you find my channel?
uh, I think I found you first by accident, and then I was introduced to you even more because of Joyce Mang's channel.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I kept on watching more of your videos, and
Nice.
so I was just
Yeah,
like,
I'm
that's
I'm
interesting.
learning film so that I can like make better quality videos and stuff like that. But it takes a lot of time. And only now I'm like my understanding is getting more and more clear. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I
Yeah.
mean, you're doing a good job. Like, I like what you have going. You're a good teacher, good at breaking things down, and
Yeah.
you attend
You
to
like
all the details of of a concept or a phenomena. So that's good.
yeah. It's yeah. And that's it, you know. This is like the same, this exact thing is like the is the essence of all religion. You know what God is? Bit political, but at least religiously, what God is this moment without, if you remove all these thoughts, assumptions, or something will remain, right? In this moment that they call God.
Yeah, I can jive with that. There's something to it.
Because this moment is everlasting. There's no time, it's ever present, it's everywhere. There's no observer. Even that, you know. But who cares? But all the religions just really answer the fundamental question. And I feel if you are really passionate about eliminating suffering or like sadness or like fear, I feel you'll get there eventually. You don't have to like search for God or anything.
That's true. I guess I want to know what I'm a part of. I want to know what it demands of me, like
Mm.
like how it wants to incline me, how it wants to develop me, the kind of person I
Yeah.
should be, and how I should relate to other people.
So what excites you the most
Uh,
in this moment?
let's be the most. That's an interesting question. Uh, at this point, I don't really know. If I'm honest, I used to be excited by music, by flow states, by interactions, by my own inner vitality, my natural energy towards things, how I put
Hmm.
myself out there in the world. But a lot of things have changed, so I'm not the same person I used to be.
No, yeah, I'm not asking like what excites you, like, you know, like a job or something, you know, like more like there. So excitement has a quality to it. Now you remember what quality is, right?
Yeah, the total experience.
Yeah, yeah. This is like so when you like understand the quality of excitement, sometimes it could even be as simple as taking a walk, you know.
Hmm. Is this
And
tying into wonder or something? like a sense of wonder with things, or like the wonder stimulating you to be excited. So like going on the walk, maybe it's like the act of moving and the act of picking
It's
up.
not, see, it's nothing. Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's nothing like that. It's really like, if you believe in God and stuff, it's like, imagine this. If you believe you're religious, right? It's like this. Imagine God, right? God, uh, so you're living in USA, I assume, right? So let's say from wherever you are, if you want to like go to New York, yeah,
Yeah.
what do you do? Tell me.
You can either drive there or get a ride there, or you can take the metro, or you can take a plane,
Yeah,
transportation.
yeah. So now, you, if you want to go to New York, you first plan out, right? Oh, I can have all these options. And then
Yeah.
you like make a plan. Then you like choose, okay, do I want to travel by flight? Do I want to travel like this, like that? And once you get to know all the pieces from where you are to New York, then you will actually travel, right?
Yeah.
However, God doesn't work like that. God is works like, God never gives you like the full picture, if you noticed, right?
Okay.
But
Yeah,
he,
you're right.
yeah, he never like gives you like the entire, like, okay, here are all your possible options, Dominic, and here's like the paths you can take, boom, 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 and this is like the most optimal path. You understand how you're going to get rich, right? Now that you know how you're going to get completely rich, here's the entire roadmap. Now you go on this journey. You know what I mean? Doesn't work like that. But he works more like a GPS. Like all he says is like go straight,
Interesting. Yeah, that's what I meant.
like go left, and until and unless you do that first step, the second step doesn't come into your consciousness.
Yeah,
So
I know what you're
this,
talking.
you know what I'm talking about. There's something that excites you in life where it like, where it's kind of like say, okay, go here, and then you go there, and once you go there, it'll tell you, okay, go take left. But sometimes you have like fear that's like obstructing this excitement, right? You want to do something, but you're like fucking afraid.
Yeah.
Now you have to like do what this Krishnamurti is saying. Remember noticing the root of it, observing without any like judgment or something like that, and dissolve it so that you are more in tune with that excitement aspect of yourself. Because what else can you do in this world, if you're not trying to like maximize your joy in this moment? What else can you do?
That's very true.
Yeah,
It is very much about the moment. And
yeah,
I mean, I guess there are alternate states you can take to things too, where it's like you can feel an unwonement, like a oneness with everything.
yeah,
Like you can be in some sort of flow state where
yeah.
things,
The flow state.
yeah, things are just natural. Things just, you move along with things, things move along with you.
Yeah,
So I get that. I guess I get so caught up in societal structures. Like I get caught up in the structures that we have for the kind of lives that it's implied that we have to live, or if we're not living it, then we can't preserve. It's like at core, one of my main fears as of late, I keep noticing, is self-preservation. Like I keep wanting to find ways to preserve or secure my future, like to guarantee that everything will fall in place, or I don't actually have to worry. Like I'm worried about not worrying in the future, which is ridiculous.
yeah. I feel you. Yeah, because in society, yeah, you can't become like a yogi and sit in a cave and just you know what I mean. It's not
Yeah,
exactly, yeah, but what one can do is like work on whatever excites them the most, at least like an hour a day, or like 5 minutes, or like 30 minutes, whatever allows you. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because I do recognize that there's some aspect of survival that needs to be secure. If you want to like spend 24 hours in joy, you better have like some systems in place that like fuel that kind of lifestyle.
yeah. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's also uh man, I forgot what I was gonna say.
It's also what?
I forgot what I was going to say. because I was going to say something else about
Maybe it was not necessary or not relevant. Maybe it was
maybe.
like
I
a
hope so.
maybe it was like a fear that popped up, and then he was like, you know what? Now is not the time. I shall go back.
Oh, I know what it was. It was about like I used to like almost you can have an addiction to thoughts. Like you can have like
Yeah,
a craving or like an enjoyment with thoughts, with abstraction, with imagination, with fantasy. Like you're not
yeah,
in tune with what's around you. You're not in tune with what is. You're not in tune with the present because of that. You're distracted by the interior. And I want to know what's the place of that in life. Like, to what degree should we allow ourselves to, like, should we always be present or should we majority of the time be present? Or sometimes is there like a mixture? Is there a tapestry with, you get what I'm saying?
yeah.
So,
How much do you have to be present? Eh, I would say as much as you can be, because that's all. That's what you're trying to do. That's all anyone's trying to do. Why do you want to be rich? So that when you're rich, in that moment, you don't have to worry about anything, and this moment you'll enjoy. There's
yeah,
something about this moment that you don't like, but you think whatever is lacking in this moment, you'll get it when in like a different state space, in a different potential, in a different plane where, oh, if I had this much money, if I'm self secure, if I had self preservation, all this lined up, then whatever worry I have now, I won't have it then, and I'll be free. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But that'll never be possible, you see, because what you want exists in the realm of concepts. It's not experiential. It's not grounded in experience. It exists in the realm of concepts. Have you ever like bought something and you really wanted it, and then you went and you're like fucking, you're disappointed
yeah.
because it didn't meet the expectation? I bought a watch. I always wanted to buy this watch for 2 years. I got it. And I'm like, man. After I got the watch after like second day or third day, I'm like, okay, whatever. But
Sometimes the expectation is more enjoyable than the actual having. It's like
exactly,
the simulation feels more pleasurable than the stimuli.
exactly. And that is a stimulation, you see, that it has. The becoming rich will give you something. No, it's like your thought of becoming rich is what you actually like,
Yeah,
which is more truer than the act. Yeah, but there's certain things that also excites you. So I don't like misguide and say, every thought is like a bad thought or anything. There are like certain thoughts. Here's what I think. You have certain aspects of life that excite you. Yeah. Any thought that is with that flow of current, where it's like allowing you to like express yourself more and be in the moment more and be more in the flow state, is a thought that you might have. And any thought that is like taking you away from the flow state, you think, okay, you know what, maybe I don't, it doesn't, it served me till today. Yeah, whatever the thought it came, it served me till today, but it doesn't serve me anymore.
yeah, that's a good.
I, and then you let go of the thought.
That's a good frame. It's
Yeah,
it's it's practical, but it's also like deeply resonant.
yeah, that's what I've been trying to do in my life as well. That's the YouTube channel. That's this.
Yeah, it definitely requires more mindfulness and like more self-awareness and learning how to let things pass, like come and go inside of you.
Yeah, that's a skill. And I feel after, once you can understand the experiential part of it, after that it's like a no man's journey. It's like one man journey. It's like, well, you are traveling. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
no one can like guide you through that experience. You have to like build a framework on top of your experience, rather than borrow someone else's framework that is built on top of their experience, which you don't share. If you want to change yourself, you need to have theories. You need to have systems that's built on your experience, right?
yeah,
If you really want to change yourself, you can't use my system. You could borrow ideas from my, it's like you can get inspired from my system and say, okay, I could use this to build my system, but you can never actually like take my system. because all my system right now, it exists in the realm of concept for you.
That's true.
Yeah, it's always like an idea. It's never a fact. But for you to make it a fact is something that you have to do.
That's true.
Yeah.
Though on rare occasions you can sort of do the equivalent of a guided meditation, like the equivalent
Yeah.
of guiding someone through an experience or
Yeah,
guiding someone
exactly.
to a particular state. And that's kind of what Krishnamurti does. That's what he's
Through
like.
self-inquiry. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's trying to like it's trying to use questions to like redirect your awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I need to like get going. But is there anything else that you would like to discuss or like to share?
I also have a YouTube channel.
Oh yeah. Link
Yeah.
it down. I didn't
Okay.
know.
Yeah, it's called Dominic Say.
Yeah.
I don't know how to link it. I'll probably just comment it on your video or something.
Cool. So
So
it's a collab.
yeah, this is a collaboration. I hope there'll be more in the future because I find this very interesting.
Definitely.
Awesome. Well,
Cool.
thank you very much for everything.
No problem. I'll see you around.
Bye bye.
Take it easy. Bye bye.